in folds of midnight water, side by side, we sons and daughters, we set forth for no king's orders, but we'll sail together. Hold fast, tides are turning, flames roar, burning we'll walk, be returning if we sail together. In folds of midnight water, side by side, we sons and daughters, we set forth for no king's orders, but we'll sail together.
Ahoy, hoy there, folks. Oh crap, I got the cat in the way. Pardon me, I got the glow kitty. The glow kitty's the camera protector. How you doing, folks? How you doing? When are they adding face paint? They are adding face paint on the Halloween event. It makes sense, but it's kind of weird. They said they were going to do it with cargo runs, but they're doing it with the Halloween bilge rat, the Festival of the Damned. There we go. That's the thing right there. How you doing, folks? Good morning. I'm late as hell. I'm freaking 20 minutes late. I had to reboot my computer. My stream health is going between green and yellow, so I hope it's good today. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, everybody. Rep Rap, you're the man. You're in here every time. Right away. You've been first in my chat for, I don't know, like the last 5 or 6 anyway, man, for a long time. I'm doing good, Connor. How you doing, man? I love you too, mate. In a piratey kind of way. Hey, speaking of which, I've had a bunch of people recently posted on my Discord the shirts, man. I know it's backwards. I know it's backwards. Otherwise, if I point this way, I'm pointing that way. Don't worry about it. But you can buy my shirts in the links below. They're super cool. There's also coffee mugs. This is not it. I'm going to order myself a coffee mug. All my buddies got one, and I don't even got a coffee mug yet. How's my hand? It's doing a lot better, actually. One of my mates helped me out here, and let me play with my balls for a second. I'll show you my nice shiny new ball. Here we go. Let me polish it off a little bit for you. I got a nice shiny new ball. Here we go. You see this bad boy? This guy right here belongs in a big trackball mouse I use with my left hand now. So I'm learning how to navigate the computer with my left hand, and I'm doing pretty good. I've even edited some videos for you guys with my left hand, so check them out if you haven't already. I may never be able to be fully recovered. I've done some serious nerve damage over the years in my hand, in my right hand and arm. I got some serious problems. I've actually taken the right-hand mouse off of my computer. I don't even have it. But I can play with the controller. I got good with this thing, man. I'm getting pretty good with it. I still kind of suck at aiming with guns, but I've been pirating lately, so I've been back into the seas. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, folks. So, we actually have some patch notes this week for a change. But before I get into the patch notes, I got to get into some kind of bad news-ish. Not bad news, just some, I guess, news. It's sort of bad news. I will probably not, unfortunately, be doing the Captain's Log every single week anymore. And you can't blame me necessarily. Give Rare shit. Rare has taken away their weekly update patches. They're not going to do them anymore. They've implemented too many bugs, and they're tired. They can't keep up with the pace. So I think they're going to slow down, which is actually not a it's a mixed sword, double-edged sword if you want to call it. It's not bad that they're going to slow down on the content, but it's a drag for me because I was doing a weekly patch note update for you guys, and if they're not doing weekly patches, I have less to talk about. I am going to try and figure out how to maybe just turn this into a Sea of Thieves newscast rather than just a patch note reading and, you know, theory discussion thing, because it's been evolving. I'm not saying, to be clear, I am not saying that I'm going to stop bringing you guys content each week. I am saying Rare has stopped doing patches every week and is going to make my content a little lighter, and I'm going to have to figure out how to change it up a little bit on those off weeks when we don't have patch notes. Replace it with some stuff from the community. That is exactly what I've been going for since day one of this. Since I started, well, maybe about day 3. But since I started this broadcast, this patch note thing, I wanted to bring in and showcase you guys, more creators, because there's a lot of awesome, underrated creators, man. I mean, I could sit here and list off a couple of my favorites. Right off the bat, I'm gonna shout out a couple of my men right here, men and women, whatever. Actually, they're all men. Weird. I don't know any girl. So I need to find some new girl streamers, man. I don't know new girl streamers for this, but at any rate, right off the bat, one of my favorites that I watch on a regular, love him or hate him, Alectar Gaming. That dude is frickin' rad. I love sailing with him. He is one of the best PvPers I've ever seen. It's a bit arrogant, but I love it. I think it's funny as hell. That guy cracks me right up, man. You guys should definitely check Alectar Gaming out. For real. If you don't already. You could learn a thing or two about PvP from that guy. Heal Please Heal and all of his crew, man. Bunch of good dudes. Great streamers. I mean, Falcor. Do I even need to mention Falcor? He's freaking 2 to 3 times the size of the pirate that I am on YouTube. But, Alectar raid after this? Yeah, he's streaming right now. So I would like it if a bunch of you guys, when you're done watching me, go over there and tell him that you came from my channel. That'd be frickin' rad. He's streaming here on YouTube. So anyway, I would like, on that note, just to stay clear and focused, if you make content at all, I'm talking to you. If you make content at all, get a hold of me on Twitter. Let's talk. I want some people to do some news broadcasts, man, some weather reports. I've been saying this from day one, but I would love some people to join forces with me and create a little bit of content that I can showcase you and give you plugs and send people your way, man. If you got a small channel, you want to grow it, this is a good way to do it. I wish I had this opportunity when I was in other people's boots. I mean, I still wish I had this opportunity, but I'm me and I can't opportunity myself. Yeah. Anyway. Not many people here, however. Yeah, 26 people. Yeah, you know, the new update came out, man. What do you expect? Everybody's out frickin' trying not to break those rum bottles. Frickin' Salty, you're just a frickin' dancer back there. Oh, Salty. One day I might have to bring him inside the ship. Maybe I'll let him come in here one of these days. Okay. We've talked a lot. Let's get through the patch notes. Now, I will say a couple of things. I did not prepare a whole bunch of awesome pictures like I do. I have some, but I don't have a ton today because I frickin' slept in, man. I got lousy sleep. I kept waking up. My whole arm is in a lot of pain. It really is hard to sleep. I toss and turn a lot. You don't want to hear about my woes. I'm just telling you, I was underprepared today. So ease on me a little bit with some of... Have I tried a cargo run? No. Not an official. I did in the not the Patreon. The oh god, I'm tired here. Whatever the frickin' the beta tester things are called. I'm drawing a total blank on it right now. I can't think of the damn name. Pioneers. Thank you. Yeah, I've done it in the Pioneers about a week ago. And hey Fuzzy, my man, how you doing? I don't know how they are in. When I'm done this, I am definitely jumping in with some of my crewmates on my Discord. So yeah, if you guys want to check out my Discord too, links below, man. There's always links below. Check out the links, man. There's links to the frickin' Artbook. Frickin' awesome Artbook. There's links to the Discord. There's links to my Twitter. That's great ways to get a hold of me. Twitter and Discord, man. If you need to talk, that's where to do it. Trying not to distract me. When I did, I will say this. When I did, I can talk about a Pioneer thing that's long past. So when I did my first cargo run, it was a plant. And I put it, a single plant, I put it in the bottom of my sloop, and I splashed 2 buckets of water on it so that it had water, and I sailed for the port. By the time I got there, it was half dead already. And I'm like, it's watered. I understand. It's seawater, salt water. I'm not even going to get into that. That mechanic bugs the hell out of me. But where are we going to find fresh water? Unless we got to go up to these little pools, which I had not considered. But maybe seawater. Can somebody tell me, does seawater kill plants? Was I just being stupid and I needed to go to a pond on an island to get fresh water? And that's why the thing died? Or can you just use stupid seawater? Because salt water would kill a plant anyway. But this is a magical, stupid world, so some physics don't apply. At any rate, by the time Sunken Grove fresh water, see, yeah, maybe I might be onto something. But at the time, I watered the plant and I went to the port, and by the time I got there, it was fucking dead. It was brown. It was all brown. You did splash the plant. Yeah, Yeah. I splashed the plant with water. I think I did. I don't know. Weird. Okay, well I'm gonna have to dive into the finer points of this here soon enough. Because I just frankly don't know, man. I am unaware of what's going on with that because I haven't had a chance to test it in open because I frickin' just woke up. Because I am lazy and I slept in too long. Cargo runs. Okay, so let's get into the patch notes, man. I've been blabbing for at least 10 minutes or so here. Okay, first thing I want to say about the cargo runs, before we even get into the cargo runs, one of the things I would really like to see is commandeering ships. I don't know how this mechanic would work, but right now, the only thing we can do to steal loot from pirates is you can kind of like kill them and then unload their cargo and then kill them again because they spawn pretty quick and then keep unloading the cargo. That's kind of weird. Not what we're looking for. I don't know how to fix this just yet, but I would love it if we could pull alongside a ship, harpoon it, tie it up, and unload onto our ship. Right now, the current mechanic in the game is sink it and then loot it. Kill everybody, sink it, and loot the remains. All of these plants, silk, and rum bottles are going to get busted to crap if you attack a ship. So it's implementing some new mechanics that we don't really have in the game, where they kind of want you to be careful and board ships and steal the things. I don't know. Interesting. I'd like to see how this plays out, and I'd like to see what new mechanics this sort of forces the developers to give us in the future. Gotta go see. Slow down. AAA games coming out. I can see servers coming to a slowdown with new... Nah. No way, man. AAA games be damned. AAA games are like... This is a AAA game. What are you talking about, man? This is a freaking $80 game. It's a AAA price tag, I tell ya. Anyway, let's get into the updates here. We got cargo runs. Bing, 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 bing. Right away. These voyages offer an alternative way to climb up the ranks of the Merchant Alliance. Obtain a contract, find out who's waiting with the cargo, go grab it. Don't dawdle or damage the goods if you want the full reward when you reach your destination. Merchants have standards. Hell, everybody's got standards. You should have some standards. I want to bring it up a point too, a real quick point before I continue. This is a new alternative to earning ranks for merchants. Do you know what this means for the future? I'm going to have to make some videos about this because I love speculating. This means that Order of Souls and Gold Hoarders is going to be getting some new mechanics eventually. I mean, if they're giving us new mechanics for, like, it's got to be considered the worst to rank up. People dislike Merchant the most, therefore they needed to make some fun stuff. But if they're adding new mechanics for Merchant, they're going to have to add some new mechanics for Order of Souls and the Gold Hoarders eventually. Speaking of the Gold Hoarders, where is my book? Hold on a second. I gotta go grab one book. I know I'm getting all over the place, but I'll be right back. Okay. Speaking of Gold Hoarders, I've been finding out a little bit of interesting information in this book. Okay, for starters, did you guys know that the Gold Hoarders used to own all this gold, and that the Pirate King, that, God, what's his name? The Ghost Captain, man, whatever the heck his name is. I'm not awake yet. I've only got half a coffee in me still. Did you know that he stole all this gold from the Gold Hoarders, and that's why they want it back so bad? You guys need to pick this book up. I'm going to put a link in here later for Amazon. But this is the comic books, the Sea of Thieves comic books. Ooh, wow, weird. Graphic novel. This is the first 4 issues, man. There's some cool backstory about the Sea of Thieves in this. You guys need to check it out. The Pirate Lord, thank you. You guys need to check this out. I'm going to post some links. I'm actually going to do a whole video about this soon, man, because it's freaking cool. Anyway, I just had to talk about that because the cargo runs, and I said something about the treasure, and it was just hot on my mind. The Pirate Lord, yeah. That's like a story about the Pirate Lord's children coming to the Sea of Thieves looking for his treasure that he buried. He buried all that treasure. He stole it all from the frickin' Gold Hoarders. That's why they're here. They're trying to reclaim their treasure. Anyway, there's a lot more. I'll dig into that later. Okay, so back to the updates here. Skeleton ship rewards. Skeleton ship led, or captain-led ships at the end of the battles now give 4 skeleton chests and 4 skulls instead of 2 of each. Wow, they just doubled the loot. 4 captain's chests and 4 captain's skulls. That's kind of awesome. And I'll tell you a little secret. I have not done 1 skeleton ship since that event ended. I got a little fatigued from the skeleton ships. It's a process. It's a big event. It's more challenging and more of a pain in the butt than the forts by far. And you kind of need multiple ships or like one frickin' amazing crew, man. It is hard. So it's not really a worthwhile thing. They just made it worthwhile by adding double the frickin' loot, man. That's going to make people go back and do it. That's what they did. They probably realized, hey, we've had like 4 people in the last 2 weeks attack these skeleton ships. How can we fix that? I know, double the loot. Anyway, not a bad idea, Rare. Not a bad idea. I might have to go out and sink some ships later. Rowboat damage. Oh, no! Well, okay, whatever. Rowboat damage increased, now take increased damage from gunpowder barrels. Yeah, skelly sloops for solos. I agree with that. That wouldn't be bad. Or at least some brigs or something like that. Or at least 1 at a time instead of frickin' 2 at a time. It's just, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, stuck rowboats. You can now push rowboats that are stuck underneath things such as piers. Ha! Good. I've been getting a lot of flack from people when I did my rowboat video, how to row, telling people about the different buttons, the controls for rowboats, and I said that you couldn't find them in forts. A lot of people were freaking out going, I found them in forts, I found them at outposts. I want to do a couple of points of clarity for that video really quick. I'd found them in forts, but I'd found them stuck in every fort that I found, so I didn't mention it. I said, what am I going to say? They're bugged? I mean, I guess I could say that, but whatever. I made a choice, and I went with it. And as far as them being in outposts, they do not spawn at outposts. People keep saying, I found them at outposts. I found them at outposts. If you find a rowboat at an outpost, it's because someone left it there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you didn't find one. I'm just saying it didn't spawn there. That's all. Anyway. Hey, we got some heal, please heal in the house. Rowboats are a little weird. They're overpowered and too delicate. They're paper on the back of your frickin' ship. One little frickin' lava rock goes boop and lands on deck. Boom, your frickin' thing explodes. And I don't know about you guys, but I've had it happen twice now where I've lost loot that was in the rowboat. Now, I wasn't storing it there. We were in the middle of putting it on the back of the ship and getting away really quick, and it got hit by a meteor, and we lost the loot. It wasn't not in the water. It disappeared into the ether. I don't know what the frick happened. I don't know if that's a common problem. It drove me nuts. I wish that they wouldn't blow up so easily when they're attached to your ship, but maybe pretty delicate in the water. And on top of all of it, it should be able to take a little bit of damage, like one cannonball. 2 cannonballs will sink it. But after one, you should be able to take boards and fix it, for Christ's sakes. Come on, let us fix the damn things. You know, that'd be pretty cool. Does the rowboat despawn when you leave the server? I actually have no idea about that. But I have found them at outposts. So, I mean, unless people are just abandoning them, or if they stay for a little bit. They probably stay, because they were there before the person. The person didn't spawn them in. The server did. So I would assume whether the person's there or not, yeah, I'm just gonna say yes. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm gonna say yes. Okay. Ooh, here's an interesting little tidbit. Athena's Fortune voyages now include cargo runs as part of the merchant section. So you might get one animal thing and one cargo run or something. So that's cool, man. They're implementing it. Yeah, that's a good note, by the way. If your ship sinks, you take a bunch of cannonballs and you just fill with water and sink. Your rowboat stays afloat. It like detaches as your boat sinks, and it just stays there. So that's kind of good news. It could potentially save your butt in a specific situation. But as I said, even on the back of those things, they are freaking delicate. Fixed issues. Oh, that was it for updates? Oh, wow. There is a huge list of fixed issues. Wowzer. Okay, let's do this here. Let's get through this. Rowboats now cast an appropriate reflections in the water. I had seen some weird effects, but it's irrelevant. They fixed it. Okay. Rowboats no longer get damaged when detaching from the ship. I've also seen that. Had a mint boat, and then you just drop it, and it hits the side of the boat, and then it gets all cracked. Removed overlapping audio when rowing. Players sitting in the middle of the rowboat can now see players sitting at the back of the rowboat. I could see them already, so I don't know what that's about. Rowboats, man, it's all rowboat stuff. Rowboats no longer inherit damage decals from other sources, such as damaged ships or shipwrecks when in close vicinity. Neat. So it was just like absorbing the damaged decals, like it wasn't damaged, but it looked damaged. Neat. That's interesting. Or is Devil's Roar or regular Athena's? I don't know if that's regular. No, you know what? It will be regular. I'm just going to, again, just state that with some pretty good confidence of the mechanics of this game. I'm going to say that it'll be regular Athena's, or it won't matter. Because cargo runs are worldwide. They're not just in the Devil's Roar. They're the whole map, everywhere. So it doesn't matter. However, if you start them in the Devil's Roar, they're worth more money. That's all I'm saying. Rowboats no longer... Oh, I already read that one. Okay. As far as looking left and right... while rowing the rowboat, it is no longer possible for the camera to get locked. Occasionally unlocked, rotating. What? Okay, some camera bug or something. Whatever. Apparently your camera was getting locked. Like, I have a problem with how when you're facing this way in a rowboat, you can only turn 180, and then if you wanted to look that way, you actually have to come back around to look at that way. I wish you could just go around. Like, whatever. I know your head can't actually snap, and you would have to move in the thing, and I see why they did it, but it's a game, and it's weird. Whatever. When placing large items on the rowboat, the water VFX splash will not happen anymore. I actually noticed that. Putting down, like, barrels and chests in the thing, I would get a splash in the rowboat. I actually thought it was sinking for a little bit. You could look 360. Where's my ship going? Just sailing the seas, man. Just sailing. I don't know. I got my first mate Jetty probably up top there steering this bad boy for me. I hope somebody's steering it. They'll end up in a rock soon. That'd be funny. I should almost video that one day. Have some. Oh, my screen's glitching out a bit back there. I should almost do that though. Have it so that I crash or something one episode just for fun. That'd be something weird. Something to bust it up a bit. What do you think there, Salty? You think that's a good idea? Should I try some new mechanics in this game or in my video one day? Yeah, he doesn't talk much. Just dances around back there. Where was I? Placing the audio when rowing rowboats over a large distance, especially the squeaking, is now a little bit less repetitive. They're toning down that squeaking a little bit. Rusty, my man, ahoy hoy. How you doing, my man? There's the largest pirate I know. Available titles now showing up in available title. Oh, yeah, titles were not showing up in Morrow's Peak Outpost, man, in the clothing shop. I actually noticed that, and I didn't really think it was a bug. I just thought they hadn't implemented it yet, but they're there now. Fixed an issue with the horizontal water planes being cut off while the ship is sinking. No idea what the hell they're talking about. Moving on. Players no longer permanently get drunk when migrating from servers while holding the chest of 1,000 grogs. Interesting. I've never been in that situation, but interesting. Okay. Good to know. Or, well, good that they fixed it. Where are we here? Players should no longer get an unfinished riddle quest on an unfinishable on Fletcher's Rest. Okay. We had this. I'm sure of it. I was sailing with a couple people a couple days ago. We were on Fletcher's Rest, and we had a riddle, and the riddle didn't make any sense. The spots they were telling us weren't there, and we actually we completed the riddle, but it was wrong. It was not what it was telling us. Like, it was telling us a grave, but it was actually at a tree, and there was no grave there, and something else. I forget what it was exactly off the top of my head now, but all I know is that the riddle was frickin' wrong. We did complete it. We did. But it was wrong. The riddle was not right. We had to sort of like we actually miraculously figured it out. Holy crap, I just jumped a little bit there. Okay, audio will no longer drop out when climbing the ladder onto the brigantine. Didn't know that was happening. View gamer card under options and settings will now respond correctly to mouse clicks. Didn't know it had a problem. Geysers will no longer appear on top of chests. This is actually good news. I was pretty tired of getting blown up into the air trying to dig. I got blown. You know what happened to me the other day? This really sucked. I was digging up a chest, and I got, with a geyser, got blown up into the air, landed in a tree, and my guy got stuck in a tree, and I couldn't get out. I tried sword dashing, I tried jumping, I tried sleeping, I tried everything. And I'm all out of ideas. The only way that I could get out of that damn tree is all my mates locked me in the brig for like 4 minutes or whatever it was. Ugh. They got stuck in the brig for like too long, but it was the only way out. It's a bummer. Okay, so geysers right there. Okay. Flooding at the back of the sloop will now appear visually correct when sinking. I had the water come up above the water a bunch of times, and me and my mate Ozzy got our ship stuck, filling up with water, and it was like way out of the water, and I did a hot tub video. So if you want to go check out our hot tub video, I thought it was kind of funny. Hey, how are you? I'm doing all right there. Right? Is that righteous? Riotius? Righteous? Shit, I'm like the worst freaking pronouncer ever. Don't condemn me. Ugh, I'm almost out of cold coffee now. It's on cold of me. There we go. The ocean will appear completely black again when the Kraken encounter begins. Does that mean Karen is back? Can anybody confirm this? Is Karen back? Karen back in the game now? Looking through the Eye of Reach will no longer... Oh my god! Are you for real? This has been bugging me for months. Yes, she's back. Sweet. I guess. I can't say I missed her, but whatever. Okay. Looking through the scope of the Eye of Reach... Oh, somebody got pissed off, but the sniper gun will no longer trigger a multiple sound effect. This has been pissing me off since whenever... When did the... I can't remember. There was that rum bottle. There's a rum bottle gun. It's a gun with a scope. It's called... I can't remember what it's called. It's freaking awesome. It was one of my first update videos, actually. It was about that scope gun. Anyway, my bottle gun, my bottle reach, every time I hold it up, all you can hear is that adjusting. But it doesn't stop. It just stays. I don't use that gun because that sound is bugged to that skin. Yes, thank you. The launch crew one. Yes. It's my favorite gun. By far, it is my favorite gun skin. And it sounds awful on my game. It sounded so bad. I really hope that they're talking about the fix for that. That's what it sounded like. I hope so. Upon unloading into a session, the loading music will now commence as soon as the loading screen appears. Minor. Moving on. Sailing away from your ship in a rowboat will no longer cause a mermaid to spawn. Ooh. That's interesting. I think they need to fucking retweak the mermaid spawning situation anyway, but I'm gonna digress and leave that for another video. Yes, the launch crew Eye of Reach. Thank you. Yeah, I can never remember the name of that thing for some reason. I just call it the rum bottle. The rum bottle reach for some reason. Where are we here? Okay, the ocean will no longer appear separate. What? The ocean will no longer appear separated from the sky when viewing the horizon from within a storm. Excuse me. Okay. The glow of the Kraken lantern will no longer appear too bright. Yes! I love that lantern. That new freaking Kraken eyeball lantern is freaking tits, man. It is so cool. Love it. It looks like a crystal ball of magic awesomeness. However, it was blurring out the screen. The glow was a weird... It was like looking into a freaking black light. It was like hurting your eyes. It was a weird fuzz that it was making the screen. It was like basically useless. It looked super cool, but you couldn't use it. The glow of the Kraken lantern. Sail ropes will no longer appear disjointed from the sails when players return from the ferry. I haven't seen that, but I've heard other pirates on my ship talk about that. Yeah, it caused weird lens flares. Yeah, it was weird. It was unfortunate, because, like I'm telling you, that's... Until then, the skull one was my favorite. Now it's this Kraken one, man. That skull one can be damned. I mean, it's cool, but this one's friggin' rad. There is no longer a gap at the bottom of the volcano on Devil's Thirst. I launched myself up with a cannon into a volcano, and I bugged out on the top and fell into the volcano and got stuck. And once again, had to get my crew to vote me into the brig because I got stuck inside the volcano. Wasn't as cool as I was hoping. I was hoping it was going to be like Jesse versus the volcano won. Not surprised, but whatever. A collision, that's a weird way to start it. Collision has been corrected on the Devil's Thirst volcano. So, hey, that's what I was just talking about. Collision has been corrected on the Devil's Thirst volcanoes so that players can no longer fall into the models. That's what I was just talking about. That's hilarious. Okay. Well, ask and you shall receive. Players will no longer temporarily lose access to some ship barrels on their first banana, plank, or cannonball of the session is washed up or get... What? Players will no longer temporarily lose access to some ship barrels on their first banana, plank, cannonball of the sessions is washed up or given to them. The wording on that is really weird. Yeah, somebody typoed that thing, I think, man. Like, I'm terrible at English. I'm dyslexic and all sorts of stuff, but that's bad. Available titles now appear correctly into the clothing shop. They just said that. Why would they say that twice? Somebody needs to proofread these things, Rare. Like, seriously, they just said the frickin' Morrow's Peak titles twice. So they need to definitely do a little proofreading. Titles will no longer appear incorrectly on C-posts. Okay. Didn't know they were. And then now we're into the known issues. Much smaller than before. Oars can appear disconnected from the rowboat along with player only in the third person. I don't know if you've seen this. It is freaking hilarious. When you're watching a mate get onto the rowboat and he sits down into the oars, his arms shoot way up into the air like weird gangly arms way up into the air to grab the rowboats, and then they come back down. It looks freaking hilarious. Like, if any of you have ever seen the long, super stretched arms when you it used to happen when you were jumping and accessing the wheel back and forth. You could get these really stretched arms, and it looked really funny. Okay, anyway. Migrating servers indicated by an on-screen riddle with a message or bottle or barrel map. Whoa. Migrating services indicated by the on-screen riddle with a message in a bottle or barrel map in your radical menu will prevent any progress in progress voyages. Oh, okay. If you migrate servers, the bottles... Okay, that was, again, worded super hard to understand. The bottle messages and riddles, maps and riddles, won't work when you migrate servers. Which actually makes sense because they were kind of tied to that server. And again, this is like a known issue. They're going to fix this eventually, but that's the thing. They actually says right there that they've got to fix, and in the next update, it's coming. Okay. Merchant Alliance crates on board a ship still will not float and are unpickupable if the thing sinks. So yeah, that's still a bummer. All silk and tea and all that crap and animals. If you sink a ship with that stuff on it, you're at a loss. You cannot recover it. Mermaid statues are still temporarily disabled due to performance issues. Nobody gave a crap about the mermaid statues anyway, other than when we heard them, we killed them, but we weren't looking for them anymore, most people. So, honestly, you could leave them out for all I personally care. I don't know. Whatever. Moving on. Oh, wait a minute. That's the end of it. Okay, now, let's go. Oh, I went this whole episode with that picture up. Now, there is some good news for you folks. I have some good news here before we get into the Q&A section. Number one, Joe Neat said very recently in a video this morning that he is going to, maybe not he directly, but Rare is going to expand the Pioneer program to allow and invite more people. So if you want to get in and involved in the Pioneer program, which is beta testing of up-and-coming stuff, get onto their forums and get active. Maybe even request it. Ask them. Get into the forum and say, I want to be a Pioneer. Don't be a freaking spammer. Don't be annoying. But get involved with the community. That's how you're going to get an invite. That's what I'm saying. And they're going to be inviting more people. That's all I know. More. It's going to be easier to get in. So get in there and get heard, and maybe you'll get in soon. Again, don't spam people. That's freaking annoying. But just get involved with the community on the Xbox. On where is it? Just go to like the forums. It's the actual official Sea of Thieves forums. Let me see here. What else was there? There was something else. Oh, there's a Halloween event coming up. We haven't had any discussion about the Halloween event. There's a couple of cool things. Okay, number one, we got a Halloween event coming up pretty soon. I'll talk about that in a quick second. Number two is they said that in this week or in the next week, I forget when he said, but soon, they're going to give us another form of oh god, what is it called? Like a roadmap. They're going to give us some more information about what's coming, because right now we're sitting in a limbo. We don't know. They haven't told us anything. We've reached the end of the roadmap that they've given us, and we're actually tickling into the next content, and they haven't told us anything yet. So that's what's going on. We potentially have, or not potentially, we do have some form of a new Halloween event coming. I already forgot the name of it because they didn't give us much details. Something about Cursed Cruise or Cursed something. Falcor did a video about it talking about fire. I didn't actually catch the panel video yet. Again, like I said, I'm not prepared today. I know I had lots of time to be prepared, but honestly, this new medication has got me sleeping like crap. It's got me kind of feeling fuzzy. I feel like I'm freaking stoned out of my mind all the time. I'm so tired and just got no energy, and I've been sweating hard, man. It's like these freaking pain pills, man. Anti-inflammatories and stuff, they're wreaking havoc on me. At any rate, I'm not trying to give you guys excuses. I'm just trying to tell you what's going on. Right on, Rep. You're the man. I'll see you next time, I'm sure. Yeah, color of the... Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how I feel about color on the ferry, like being able to pull colored lanterns. I wished it was more like... I wish it was like a pumpkin hunt, or a ghost ships, or a ghost hunt, or a haunted outpost, a murder mystery. Oh, they could have done so many more things than this. Like, I understand the ferryman's cool, and there is something trippy about the ferryman. Like, he's supposed to... Okay, here's a little bit of weird inside information about the ferryman. If you look at his leg, he's chained. His ship wheel is chained up, and he has a chain on his leg. Therefore, he cannot rightfully... He's trying to steer the ship and sail it, but he can't. And he's bound to it. So here's the thing. He can't ferry souls to the afterlife. He's magically bound and magically stuck there. And that's why we have eternal life. And why the door just goes open. He goes, fuck it. Go back to the world of the living. I can't take you to the afterlife, so they just open the doors and let us back in. That's what's going on. Why that's going on is going to be revealed still. And as far as ghost ships go, I have to say, I can't be the only one that's seen this. But you know how when you're dead, there's those weird lines that go through you? The ghost lines, right? I seen a video during beta, closed beta of this game. I seen a video of a ghost ship. They were talking about it being the cursed ships, the ships of the damned, stuff like that. But it was literally a ghost ship on the water with those lines in the real world. I've seen a freaking video of it, and now I can't find it anywhere. I've been looking literally for months trying to find this fucking video. I think that they had a video up and they took it down. Or I'm totally crazy and completely imagined it. But I am sure I seen a ghost ship on video at one point early in the game. I just blew your mind. Yeah, there's something about that Ferry of the Damned, I tell you. There's more going on there than we know. And hopefully this Festival of the Damned is going to shed some light on why he's not allowed to ferry souls to the afterlife and why we're stuck here. I mean, I don't want to die and go to the afterlife. Then I'd have to start a new pirate. But there's a story here somewhere to be had. I'm sure of it. The Sea of Damned is supposed to be an area of lore. Yeah, I would like to see... There's rumors about there actually being like somewhere that you can sail in that sea eventually. Or something. Like maybe the wheel will become unlocked, and if you stay on the ferry long enough, you can get somewhere. There's rumors on Reddit and on the forums and stuff. Who knows, right? It's all speculation at this point, but it's pretty cool. So anyway... I'm going to open this up to a bit of question and answers here. If anybody's got any burning questions, hit me up. I want to go to the ferry docks. What? To go where the ferry docks and party with that dude. Oh, yeah. On the River Styx, man. The Sea of the Damned. If you go to where he docks, that should be the afterlife. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the... It's like... The River Styx is... I'm not super good on my lore here, but... River Styx is the river of the afterlife that separates the living from the dead realms. And, the ferryman takes your soul from the living world and ferries it to the dead world. But, like I said, he's stuck. He ain't going nowhere. Today in the Devil's Ridge, a new NPC, Martha the Fierce, talked about seeing the Skeleton Lord. Ooh. Thank you, Fuzzy. That is frickin' awesome news. You best believe that we're going to be getting Skeleton Lord pirates. And I'm not talking skeleton captains. I'm talking pirate lords. Skeleton lords. Bosses. People have been screaming bloody murder for bosses for a long time, and I'm one of them. I want a freaking boss. I want to fight a giant crab on the beach. That's what I want. I want a giant ass crab fight with a bunch of my mates. That'd be freaking amazing. I hope that's coming. With all that crab stuff and the crab teases, man, I feel like it's coming. We don't even have crabs in the game, and we got crab gear. Think about that for a second. Where are we getting these giant crab claws from, huh? Yeah, well, that's what I think. Do you ever think they'll create a new weapon type? Yes, I do. I know for a fact that we're going to be getting fishing poles. Probably not till like the new year or something, but we're going to get fishing. Let's see here. As far as like weapons go, I don't feel whatever they give us for weapons, harpoons is probably, like, Rusty's right on the nose. I was trying to avoid just saying it outright. I was going to tiptoe around it and then say it, but Rusty frickin' beat me to it. I think we're going to get some sort of a boarding weapon. I don't think it's going to be daggers. I don't think it's going to be boarding axes. I don't think it's going to be a new type of sword or a new gun. We've got lots of those. I think it's going to be a new mechanic, multi-use tool that could maybe be used as a weapon too. I think a spear or a harpoon or a fish gaff, a hook, something that we could hook onto the side of a boat. Like, if you missed the ladder, wouldn't it be cool if you could hook onto the side of the boat for a second? Like, maybe not use it as a grappling hook, because we don't want to be freaking ninjas flying all the way over in the air and stuff. That'd be too OP, but I think having a hook, being able to stop onto something, might be something. They could do it as a boarding axe. They could do a boarding axe with a hook and like a pike on the end or something. I could see that happening. But I kind of feel like a harpoon or a fish gaff is going to be a little more likely just due to the potential implementing of fishing. The chick in the one tavern on the outpost talks about a special Trevor. Yeah, they're talking about those, yeah, bows and pikes. Yeah, man. They're talking about those, chests of 1,000, no, not chests of 1,000 gross, chests of secrets. You guys seen this shit yet? If you haven't, I'm going to pull up a picture here just to let you know. If you haven't, if you're not aware of some of the new things in the game right now, there's some pretty cool new things going on. We got a couple of new items. We got that brimstone casket, which is like this big. It's called a casket. They should call it an urn, because calling it casket feels like it's like a spot for dead bodies, yet it's like this big. Looks cool, but you can hold it in your hand. What is this? A casket for ants? Where is it here? Again, hard to navigate with my left hand, so I'm a little slow on things. There we go. The box of wondrous secrets. It is a box of Victoria's Secrets. It's all a bunch of porno magazines. Worth $25K. Adding ropes to swing to boarding ships would be super fun. Maybe, hypothetically here, this gaff, grappling hook, harpoon could be accompanied with a rope, and you could use that as a boarding thing. Like I said, I feel like we're going to get a multi-tool of some sort. I don't know quite why. I just feel like if they're going to give us another item, it's going to be something that can be used for a few things, potentially. Yeah, swinging from the rigging and stuff to other ships, boarding ships would be cool. But again, that brings me to the point that I made earlier in the cargo runs. We need an ability to stop a ship and board up alongside it and, like, anchor to it. Like, we need a way to throw ropes and stuff and pull that ship into us and stop it from getting away from us so that we can transfer the cargo. Now, I don't know how to work this. I mean, I'm not a game developer, but I got a lot of ideas. I just don't know how to quite work this. Maybe we need NPC merchants. Maybe we need some NPC merchants that we can pull alongside and commandeer all their cargo. We're pirates, yet we can't pirate anything. It kind of drives me a bit nuts that we can't pirate in a pirate game. You know what I mean? The concept, like if you look at piracy and what it means to be a pirate, it means commandeering ships, basically, and stealing from other ships on the seas. We're just sinking ships on the seas. We're like murderers and like collectors of their leftovers. We're not pirating, really. We're digging up pirate treasure. We're not pirating, man. We need to be pirating in this game. We need to be able to pull up alongside other ships, stop them in their water, and frickin' pirate their ship. Take all their loot onto our ship, and then either let them go or sink them. Whatever. But we need to be able to commandeer the loot before we sink them, especially with all this new loot. Because if it gets wet, or if you shoot the ship a bunch with cannonballs, it's all going to be broken and useless. And nobody wants that. So if you're going to be boarding, we need to have a way to board merchant ships. That's all I'm saying. I would love to see something like that set up in this game. Yeah, see, like, chain shots and rigging ball. I'm surprised that they gave us all of these weird cursed cannonballs, but didn't give us any real history cannonballs. Like, no chain shots, no gripe shot, no nothing, man. Just weird cursed balls that kind of did all of those things. Which is, at first, I didn't really like it. I thought it was too OP, there was too many cursed balls, it was going to be frickin' brutal. It's not as bad as I thought. I gotta be honest. They kind of surprised me a little bit with that. I like the idea of what you're saying right there about like doing damage to the mast and having to use wood to repair the mast before you can sail again or something like that. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Pets. Pets are coming eventually. I know I keep saying that. I did a video like 6 months ago about pets. They said they were going to get them with like the 3rd update or something, and it's been like, God, stop. God, it's so hard to navigate with my left hand. Bring that back up. There we go. But, okay, the reality is, the reason they're not, I'll tell you right now why they're not adding pets. Because the game's too broken. There's too many problems with the game right now. Pets are not on their radar. I mean, they want to make money as much as the next person does, and pets are going to be money. They're not going to implement pets unless they can do a big event involving pets, and that's when they're going to launch microtransactions. So they're actually, in my opinion, being really smart about this and holding this back until later. They want to make sure that this game is stable, has a lot going on in it, before they start adding weird cosmetics that we don't need for the game. Like, pets will be cool, but right now, and the way that they've been pitching us pets as an idea, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to change the game mechanics, so there's no point. I would personally rather have more content, more games, more things to do, pirate lords than pets any day. I got old Salty on the back here. He's good enough for me, man. They don't need a larger player base necessarily. I just feel like they need to be in a little bit better of a position before they start asking for more money from us. Like, this was a freaking expensive game. Like, I'm not going to tiptoe around it. I think it's worth it. I love this game, but it's expensive as hell, man. It's like a $70 game. That is freaking absolutely AAA. And that's cool, but it's hard to justify microtransactions in an $80 game, you know? So I understand why they're kind of being a little hesitant to start getting a little greedy with the money right now. I want pets too, but they'll come when they're ready, I guess. That's all I can say. I want to hunt whales too, my man. Or, yeah, guy. Okay, my man. My mate. Let's just call him mate. It's so generic. I love it. Yeah, I want to hunt whales too, man. I really, really, really do. I seen a video of Assassin's Creed, I think it is. They were hunting whales, man. And oh my god, I want to be able to do that in this game. I mean, we already got the Megalodon, but that's not the same. Not the same at all. They need to add minigames. Fishing, crafting, with supply runs. Those are coming, man. I guarantee it. Fishing and crafting is coming. I want to challenge you all to explore the game right now. Next time you play, I want you to go into an outpost. I want you to go to the Order of Souls tent, and I want you to go and look upstairs for a second and notice that there is a potion shop above the Order of Souls. It's been boarded up since start. Now, that's not what I want to show you. Beside that, and the weaponsmith, outside of their house is a little, it looks like a garden. There's a little area boarded off with sticks. It's a little addition area for an expansion that's not there yet. So, I am almost 100% convinced, I'm at least 95% convinced, that those areas beside the weaponsmith and out back of the Order of Souls tents, there's this area, you'll see it, like I said, it looks like a garden. There's some little sticks and a little area quarantined off, like a little don't walk on the grass area. That's going to be a crafting area. I freaking guarantee it, man. There's going to be cauldrons and some mortar and pestles and stuff near the thing for grinding potions. I friggin' guarantee it. And then out back of the other thing, there's going to be a spot maybe to enhance your weapons with magical properties or something. I don't know. I feel these things are coming in the future. We're definitely getting fishing. We're definitely getting some form of crafting. Whether it's just potion collecting and food, I don't know. But there's some form of collecting. That is why they gave us this new inventory system. Think about this for a second. Why do we need a big inventory if we only have a couple of things on a radical menu? Because we need room for the future content. There is more coming. I hope they lower the price of the game when they add microtransactions. Yeah, I kind of do too. And I wouldn't be surprised if part of the deal when they launch pets is to give a sale. Because they haven't done a sale on this game yet, to my knowledge. I mean, there's places, if you know the right places, that you can get it a little cheaper. But right off the store is, I don't think it's ever had a sale. There's blank spaces on the map. Yeah, that's true. And again, you guys need to go and check out my video called New Lands. I have a video called New Lands. It's about 4 videos back, 4 or 5 videos back in my thing. There's more lands coming, man. The Forsaken Shore was the first one. We got the Seas of Five Winds. We have an Asian section. Now these are, did I say Book of Five Winds? Because there's a Book of Five Rings, and there's a Sea of Five Winds, and Five Spice. Getting all confused. But there's an Asian section. I don't know if it's going to be a section or if they're just going to be a new alliance, I think is the word I'm looking for. You've watched that video 4 more times. Thank you. But for real, man, there's more coming to the game. You better freaking believe that there's more coming to the game. My wish is that there's going to be a large island with headhunters and voodoo people and stuff, man. That'd be rad. I'd like to see some headhunters and some serious witch doctor voodoo action going on a large island, big enough that multiple ships could be on it. That'd be think about that, man. That'd be pretty crazy. Like an island 5 times bigger than anything. Like this, I have a new section and have it just be like one island. In one of those sections, just be one frigging huge island. Land, if you will. You know what I mean? Not a little island, but I'm talking like a big one. That'd be freaking cool. Yeah, one of the new traders is Asian. Haha, nice. See, it's coming, man. They're smart. I love the way Rare does this. They kind of piss me off sometimes, but they're smart about putting in teases, little bits of things. Like Wanda's arm. They had the foresight to start messing with Wanda's arm like 2 months, 3 months before that event. Like, it was a long time. It was a couple every single update. There was new action with Wanda's arm for a while there. Like, they had a lot of foresight to have things in there, little teases, way ahead of time. I love it, man. Plus, it gives people like me and Falcor something to do. And like all those cave paintings and stuff, they're all telling us little stories, man. I'm telling you. I'm a little behind on the stream. Throw ropes to the coming ships. Make like 4 points on your ship to shoot the swords release. Yeah, I agree. I actually talked about that in the past. It would be really, really cool if you could, like I said, throw a grappling hook over and then tie them up to your ship. And then the only way as the enemy ship that's being attacked to get these things off is to freaking hack them with your sword. That's a mechanic that makes sense. Even it's not ridiculous, but it makes sense. And have it take time, like a little radical menu. Like when somebody goes to throw it over, have like the little meter going. It takes that long to actually click it in and then tie it off, so that if you get interrupted while you're doing it, it stops. As far as like actually trying to do it, right? That makes some sense. I mean, that's like a pretty good mechanic that somebody should tell Rare about. I don't think they ever watch my videos, but that'd be pretty cool. Hello, Mr. Terry May. How you doing? I love this Forsaken Shore content, man. I am really, really happy with this so far. So we're gonna get something like the East India Trading Company or the Navy, probably. Actually, if you haven't noticed, the gold hoarders are almost the East India Trading Company. And as far as the Navy, I think eventually we're going to get privateers, which are people with a letter of recommendation, a letter from the Queen giving them rights to hunt pirates. So if they ever give us NPC ships, which I'm hoping for, we've already got the first stages of NPC ships being those cursed ships. And with cargo runs coming, I feel like before too long, we're going to get NPC ships that we'll be able to commandeer and steal their cargo and stuff like that. No spoilers in Chicago. No game till tomorrow. I haven't even played today yet, so I got very little spoilers. And if you're not looking for spoilers, you're kind of in the wrong section, because that's all I do is talk about the new updates in here. Non-player control, NPC. Is that what that means? Oh, no, it's non-player character. Sorry, you tripped me out there for a second. I was like, is that what it means? No. It means a non-player character. Like, a Duke is an NPC. Tina at Golden Sands is an NPC. I know they're enemies, But I mean AI-controlled ships is what I mean. I mean like ships that are not controlled by players, that maybe won't really fight back very hard, but we can still come up and take all their loot, man. Maybe they'll fight a little bit, but when we kill them, they die. You know what I mean? They don't respawn in frickin' 2 minutes. Captain Salazar or Davy Jones? I don't know. I don't know. Yes, they did talk about that at Comic-Con. And I do believe that's why more... I think it's like... He talked about that we are the first people in the Sea of Thieves. We are the pioneers here. And there's a lot of money here. There's a lot of gold that the pirate lord had buried around the islands and stuff. So, where there's a lot of gold and a lot of money, what happens? Companies want pieces of that. So you better believe that more trading companies and more alliances will be coming to the Seas of Thieves as it goes on. What? 51 years old. I was happy to set clock on the parents' VCR. I am confused. All right, folks. I'm at a little over an hour here. I'm kind of impressed I actually talked for this long, and I need to go brew myself some more grog here. So, any final questions, folks, before I go? I love answering the questions, and I haven't done this for a couple of weeks. I didn't do it last week because there was no update. Not very computer illiterate. All good. Don't sweat it. Yeah, I'm going to have to go make some more coffee, maybe get some lunch on me or breakfast. I guess it's technically after lunch, but get some food in me, and then I'm going to go frickin' do some cargo runs. Am I hyped for the Halloween event? Fuck yeah, I love Halloween. What's my most wanted feature? Piracy, man. I would like NPC ships. I'd like to be able to commandeer other ships. Not commandeer, but like board them and steal their bounty and then take it and sell it. Being an actual pirate in a pirate game. That's what I want. Do you know that Davy Jones is just a legend? Yes. Davy Jones, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I am aware, was never an actual pirate's name. He was just a legend, as it were. You want a toilet on board the ship. Why? You just poop over deck. That's why they call it the poop deck. That's what the frickin' that's what that plank is, man. Go hang your butt over the plank. Let her fly to the 7 seas. Feed the Kraken. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. I agree. It'd be pretty neat if you could, like, straight up even, like, commandeer those other weird ships and sail them. You could set up traps. If it, like, let's say you could take them and commandeer them, maybe you could set up a trap, like, have one full of pirates instead of gear and sail it around until somebody frickin' tries to come and pirate you, and then instead of there being loot on board, it's a whole bunch of pirates on board and they come jumping up and take their ship. Like, that'd be amazing. That'd be some fun mechanics. Yeah, with all the bananas, man, we're all frickin' super smooth. Like all the fiber, man, we got no constipation. The bananas just, it's magic. We don't even poop. We're like frickin' Kim Jong-il or Kim Jong-un with all these bananas, man. There's no pooping. You can drink all the grog you want, eat all the bananas you want, never poop a dime. Do you want ships capable of attaching 2 rowboats? Yeah, maybe the Man of War or something. But I don't really feel like pirates would for sure in a pirates versus cowboys. Pirates are killers, murderers. Cowboys are farmers, man. I mean, like, cowboys killed people, I guess, but pirates are freaking straight up bloodthirsty murderers, thieves. I'm sorry, but cowboys wouldn't stand a chance. If you actually put, like, for real. I don't know how you can do it, but yeah, there's no way. Yes, rowboats need a little more health. They're just too delicate right now. I really wish you could repair them a little bit. I like that they're delicate in the aspect that they can get destroyed fairly easy. But I wish maybe it was protected when it was on your ship, that maybe the ship would double, like when it's attached, should double its integrity because it's got a little bit of protection from the ship or something. But like, we're in the Forsaken Shore, there's volcanoes erupting everywhere. One little cinder hits the back of your ship, man. Poof, that thing's gone. Just like that, man. It goes so fast. Any idea when we're getting the Man of War? Next year. He said we're doing it. They already have it. They already have the Man of War. They've already said that in one of their streams that they had talked about. Somebody asked them. It might have been the Falcor sailing, but somebody was talking with them about further ships in the game, other ships and stuff, other types of sailboats or rowboats and other sailboats. It was Falcor, and he said that they have other ships, and they're waiting for the right time to implement them. It's just got to be the right time, you know? They can't just give everybody everything all the time, all at once. Well, they'll have nothing to do. So they work on all this content and then try to figure out a way to give it to us in little bits and stuff, make events to give us new stuff. I believe that we're going to be getting, when we get the captaincy update, it's going to be a big update as far as customizability of our ships. We might be able to change colors on board, like below decks. We might be able to change some of the layouts of the way our ships look a little bit. Might be able to put our names on ships. There's more. Captaincy is going to be a thing. There's going to be like potentially some skills. So the higher level captain you are, maybe you have some things that your crew will get because you're a high level captain, as far as like maybe they can move the sails quicker. Because you're a 10th level captain or something like that. I don't freaking know, but like something. Captaincy update is coming eventually. Probably not till early, mid-new year next year. But we will be getting some form of major captaincy update, and that's gonna change the game a bunch. I'm sure of it. Actually, you know what? I take back something. I want to add an addition to something that I want to see in this game. It really bums me out. I want to see clothing better designed for fat guys. Fat pirates have the worst freaking clothes in this game. It is so ugly. They just take skinny, nice-looking models and stretch it over us. It looks retarded. Pardon my non-PC, but it looks terrible. Super bad. They look all wonky and gimped. Look for a fat guy with a belt on. It looks like he's got a frickin' inner tube stuck on his belly. They don't look like belts. They're so fat, and they look like, oh, they're just awful. Awful, awful, awful. I have a open coat on my fat guy, and you can see most of my belly, and I wear some shorts. That's it, because it's like the only coat that looks good on me. Most jackets look terrible on fat guys, man. Ugh, so bad. Belts look bad. Jackets look, especially the done-up jackets, they just stretch and look like crap. Ugh. Like, I understand we're fat and we look weird, but they need to make the jackets bigger sizes, not just stretch the model because they look like garbage. But I understand. The more things they implement, the more lag it's going to get, the more items means more laggy, the more customization means the more laggy. I understand why they're doing this. Or why they're not implementing 1,000 little things into the game. But it's something I want. It bums me out because I'm a big old pirate. And most of the cool... Like, all there is in this game is clothes. And half of it looks like crap on me. So what fun is that for me? I'm just saying. The store... Yeah, big and tall and fat store for pirates. They need one. Yeah, they did. They really did. And I just don't think they thought it through. I think they just thought, it'll look good enough. They didn't realize how weird it looks on some big pirates. And now that it does, again, it's like they would have to make a new model just for fat pirates, and then that's more server, like, fatigue. It's more things. The more the server has to run, the slower things get. That's why they took freaking mermaid statues out. Meh. Anyway. Anyway, folks, I think I'm gonna wrap it up right around here. I really am starting to get the hunger pains, and I need some new coffee. Beetle, how you doing, my man? Did you check out the there was a video I thought that you were in it recently. Yeah, I think it was the Pornhub video I did that was like instantly demonetized, and then I contested the monetization, and they decided that it was still unfit for advertisers, so I got no money on that video. I don't care. I think it's funny as hell. I mean, kind of funny. Whatever. It's just a gag. I don't have to make money on everything. It is a bit of a bummer spending a couple hours working and then not getting paid for it. That's all I gotta say on that. But whatever. I hope you enjoy it anyway. It's for fun. If you could sell cursed cannonballs, I kind of agree on that. I end up leaving the game a lot with like 20 cursed cannonballs and thinking, man, I wish I could cash these in for even a couple of gold each or something like that, you know? Schooners and frigates. Yeah, maybe one day. Okay, folks. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like. Oh, wait a minute. This one. And subscribe if you're not already part of the tattoo crew. And speaking of tattoo crews, I've got an amazing crew on my Discord. You really, really, really need to check it out. If you guys or gals, if you mates are looking for some good, solid pirates to sail with and some information and want to continue this kind of chat on a daily basis, once again, in the links below, check out my Discord, man. Come and check it out. Come join all the fun. We got lots of fun, good pirates in there. Yeah. And there's free cookies. Maybe banana. There might be banana cookies. There's no cookies. I'm lying. Anyway, folks.
15 men on the dead man's chest. Go, ho, ho, and the bottle of rum. Men on the dead man's chest. Go, go.